our apartment building. Down the stairway here. Quick shot of Carol coming down the stairway. Edificio Coluna. It's the column building. And that's our current location. We'll be moving to Villarreal de Santo Antonio in 3 weeks. Today is May the 8th. It's about 75 degrees in the morning in 2022. And we are off to a variety of places today in Portimao. We're going to be walking toward the riverfront on the Iradi River to go to the museum, which is free on Sundays. Pretty fountain in front of our building. There's a wider angle view. Crossing at the crosswalk. Very important to do that here. Lots of dogs in Portugal. Lots of roosters too. You can hear them crowing in the backyards. It's a quiet little nice street. Got our little maps GPS. Here's how people park here, and it's just eating up their tires. They climb the curb to get off the street because they're very narrow. And just look at those tires all up. There's their recycling setups. This is a setup where these containers above and below are containers underground that accept the debris. And notice all of the different types of recycling they do here. They're really serious about it. Of course, except for that bottle. People wash clothes here because they're typical, and hang them out because there's typically no dryers in most apartments.
How they put down fake turf because they have a small child so they don't fall in the stones.
Uh-huh. Quiet Sunday morning. More recycling here. They have them prominently every few blocks to make it convenient for people to recycle.
So they learned English slang.
Yes, they did. And now we're coming on the Irade River.
There's a nice little park down there.
Yes, there is. And lots of wildflowers growing.
Got picnic tables.
Uh-huh. The river's right behind those buildings. Yeah, he took a ruined vehicle and just cut it There's no engine in it. It's just the gears in the back are
Yeah, but it's like a
just
towing.
bearings. Huh?
Like a towing.
It is. It's a trailer that he made out of another vehicle. It's a front-wheel drive, so all he has in the back are axles and bearings. Lots of doves in Portimao.
What was this? Because there's stairs leading to nowhere.
Correct.
So is the building torn down?
I
Or
don't know.
buildings?
Uh-huh. Who knows? This area is hundreds of years old. Actually, it's been inhabited for thousands of years.
Yeah, but a lot of new buildings. Look
Yeah.
around. These are new.
But think about the artifacts that are buried in Portugal in places like this. Nobody knows where they are. More walking. It's not too far today. It's only like a kilometer or so to the river area and the museum. This is some of the off streets, off the main thoroughfares of Portimao, to give you an idea of what the town looks like in various areas. And there's the river coming up on the Aradi River. More recycling. The Penguin. Some of these apartments are relatively new. Little gated community over there. Another pasteleria there all over town, frequently with coffee shops where you can get a bica, which is a 1 ounce shot of very strong espresso. It's wonderful. You can see the river coming up. Some nice brickwork there. Tile work. There's a marina here. A lot of the boats are out for the winter, but they'll be going in, I'm sure, soon. You notice most of the smokestacks and chimneys, and even on the crane, there are nesting, it looks like storks. Storks are everywhere. And there is an old castle over there. I never noticed that before. I have no idea what it is. Over the other side of the river is a town named Portugal. Portimao Socialist Party office. House of Sushi. And here is the museum, our destination. The museum is reportedly free today on Sundays, so we will see. We were here last week on a Sunday, and it turned out it was a Labor Day holiday, national holiday in Portugal, so the museum was closed. Clube Naval de Portimao. Portimao Naval Club. Lots of smaller boats in the marina, not too many huge ones. This is the river, mountains off to the north. Very nice, picturesque. I have no idea what that chimney is. Almost looks like a barbecue. But there are cranes nesting in it. There's a lot of tour boats that go to the caves and the hidden grottos in the area. They run tours out of the naval area here. There's kayaking going on. Last week there were little sailboats. Little restaurant over there.
Bicycle coming.
I'm in a bike path. And here's the museum. Now that's a spotlight. There's Carol enjoying the view. The Portimao Museum, inaugurated 17th of May 2008. There's a race about to happen in the kayak. Carol suggested we film it.
Trying to figure out what kind of water volleyball or with kayaks.
I don't know, but they're certainly aggressive. Oh, they're playing some kind of...
So the net?
Oh yeah, there's the net. And they lost the ball, out of bounds.
It's a good workout.
Uh-huh.
That's once you get it.
Uh-huh. There's a little walkway. We'll walk down that shortly after we leave the museum. That's a little beyond my comprehension at the moment. We're working on it. Oh, it's in English too. Lots of poets in the history of Portugal. Matter of fact, years ago, a poet built one of the main forts on the Irati River by Ferragudo, and artwork. I guess this is mainly an art museum, yes? I'm not sure. Looks like it's mainly an art museum. Okay. going into the dark. Of course, there's a famous history that they have in Portugal of seafaring people and fishermen. Lots of exports of fish and canned fish in the past, dwindling down these days, focusing more on tourism, it seems. It's such a shame. Here's artifacts from the past. Looks like a loom of some kind. Grinding stones. These are really primitive. They must go back a very long time. Ram's heads on the boats. I'm not sure. I hope those sirens aren't because we broke in free. This must be a recreation of a funeral for a long time passed away famous person. Typos Tholos? Not sure. So the Tholos type monuments are burial stones over a grave, and that's what marked the existence of cities and villages, settlements back then. And this is a recreation in miniature of such events. There's some cannons. Now that's a cart. Remnants from a bygone age. Violent back then as well. Look at that wooden anchor. And then they have the old plow stones that they drop to anchor. Yes, look at that. Tools to work wooden logs. They were genius back then, and they were hard-working people. I wonder how many of the current generation could survive today if they had to. That's a machine of some kind. That's going to be later, 1800s. That's cork.
Yeah, it's cork.
Yep, floating. That's a cork processing machine,
So
cutting.
you used to hold the nuts and float the nuts?
Yeah, that's cool. That's what held the nets up. Look at these props. Now that's obviously from a later time. Not sure what this is. This is a foundry.
Iron, bronze.
Gears. Look at the gears.
See, that's how you got the boat propellers.
Boat propellers, yes.
Because of the bronze
Yeah.
and the gears.
So they're bronze.
It's an iron foundry.
Yeah. Some kind of power wheel of sorts. It's got
Rope making.
pulleys.
It's a rope making.
Yeah. Oh, it's rope making. Oh. So that's what they did. They spun the rope. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? So they made the hemp and they twisted it into a rope.
Look at the material that they started off.
Wow,
to make
look at that rope. That's beautiful. That's ingenious, actually, for a time. Of course, in early times, they didn't have the automated boat lifts, so one wonders how they actually launched the boats way back when.
How they launched by wood versus...
Oh. That looks like a big task. Here's the business end of the cannons. They have bamboo all over the place here, by the way, in Portugal. More ancient. There's a scale. Political areas. A bit of history from 1860 to 1910. Bronze of a Roman. Goes back to Roman times. The Romans were here in ancient history. Big canning industry existed here. As a matter of fact, some of the Portuguese in Massachusetts have Portuguese stores where they import all kinds of sardines with many different brands. People have their preferences. This looks like a printing press. There's a complicated machine. All kinds of millwork. Not sure what this is. Looks like a printing press. Mediterranean. Oh, look at the little fish sorting. The Islamic presence, or artifacts from that. Amphoras. This looks like a fish sorting line. Look, they're sizing the fish in these bins and then packing them by hand. Wow, that's a reproduction, but it shows you what life must have been like. More fish processing. It's just coming into fresh sardine season in Portugal. The grilled sardines are nothing like you would experience in a canned product. We tried it once so far, and we think they were frozen. They were not all that great. But we'll try them fresh again. Oh, here's a video of fish processing. Look at that. Probably from the 30s or 40s. Look at the processing equipment to unload the fish, I guess. Look at this. Oh, this is a reproduction of a fish processing line. And wash tubs all along the wall. Packers. Very interesting. I have the punch in their clock. Workers coming in, and I guess they had to change their shoes. I don't know. Lots of history dedicated to fishing and the fishing industry. Look at the ancient bows and arrows. Wow. Look at the stones and the cutting devices. Yes? So that's the museum. Very interesting.